Hey there everybody, this is Millennium Jester signing back in with a new Let's Play. Are we in a tree? It's Diablo II expansion set, Lord of Destruction. Now, I'm currently recording this in the windowed mode, hopefully it'll work just as fine. But, we haven't seen the cinematics yet, and we don't know what the cinematics are. The Sister's Lament, what does that mean? Let's check that one out. If I can. I click it, but nothing happens. Oh well. Well, there's a cinematic at the beginning of the game. Basically shows the backstory to Diablo II, in which what did happen? Well, since nobody played Diablo 1, and that's a horrible thing to say because I'm sure a lot of people did. Basically, Diablo is the evil prince of terror, and we had to go and kill Diablo because he was plaguing some town. But now Diablo's back because, well, he's a good villain, and as we all know, good villains come back. So we're gonna play the single player because that's my choice, and I'm scared shitless of what would happen if I tried to play this on the big old screen on the big online. So Graves, it's my necromancer. He's basically my practice character for how I'm gonna get through this game. We have 5 classes. Now, if you're playing the original Diablo, we have 7 classes. If you're playing the original Diablo, you only have, I believe, 5. If you're playing League of Legends. Look at me, I'm just all flabbergasted. If you're playing the Lords of Destruction's expansion pack, you get 2 more, the Druid and the Amazon. And I'm going to go over them all very briefly because you guys are going to pick which character I play through in this amazing Let's Play. This could be my longest Let's Play to date, I think. Maybe. So, starting from the left to the right. Fuck that, we're going right. No, left to right. We can't forego such things. Alright, so the Amazon, skilled with the spear and the bow. She's a very versatile fighter. The Amazon skills are more based around ranged attacks. She's actually probably the only ranged melee fighter that you need, physical fighter I mean, and she uses bows and spears, as it says, very effectively. She also gets some other pretty good abilities. Actually, the Amazon's one of the better classes, but I'll get into those later. The Assassin is it's kind of like your rogue character. She uses daggers and whatnot, and she's got a lot of stealthy attacks, and she can set traps, I believe. And her mind or body are deadly weapons. I also think she has the ability to kick people, which is very hilarious. The Necromancer is one of my favorite classes. It was the first class I ever played as when I played Diablo II. And he can summon undead minions, which means he can summon minions from corpses. He also gets a golem that he can summon just without any corpses. And he can also curse groups of enemies, which makes them weaker and makes and he also gets poisons, which are alright. Also bone shields and bone techniques like that. The Barbarian is a close quarters combat and mastery of weapons. Basically, your Barbarians, you're freaking run in, just beat the living hell out of anything that can, comes into your way. The Barbarian's the only class that can dual wield, I believe, and he can pretty much wear any armor and stuff. All these characters have different armors and weapons that only they can use. So there's a lot of variety here. The Barbarian's your basic, just dishing out damage class. The Paladin is kind of like the Barbarian. He's very melee oriented. However, he also has auras which either protect or help boost your attack or give you thorns. I don't know if that's one of his. Where if enemies hit you, it'll do damage to them. But he is basically your defensive tank. The Barbarian's also a tank, and somewhat the Amazon too, if I remember correctly. But I like the Paladin. He's a natural party leader, holy man, and blessed warrior. He actually has some pretty good skills later on. But next up, Hammerden, Sorceress, who I don't use. This is probably my least played character. She has mastered the elemental magics, fire, lightning, and ice. She basically gets 3 different distinct skill sets. The fire skill obviously does fire damage, the lightning skill does lightning damage, and ice, which is probably my favorite one because it freezes enemies and it makes them slower and easier to hit. I don't play the Sorceress too often, so I don't know too much about her. And the last class is the druid, probably another one of my favorite classes. My favorite classes can always summon stuff. That's probably what it is. The druid, commanding the forces of nature. He summons wild beasts and raging storms to his side. The druid has 3 trees. His elemental tree, his I think it's called lycanthropy, and his summoning tree. He can summon wolves, vines, or wolves which attack, crows which, like, they do damage, but they get destroyed after a few hits. Like, nobody can hit them, but when they hit them, they lose counters, and when their counters reach 0, they die. He can summon wolves, which are their basic melee attackers. He can summon bears, I think, as well, later on. And he can also summon creepers or vines or whatever. And vines have 3 effects. One of them eats the it'll attack. The other one will eat the corpses and absorb mana, and the other one will absorb health or something like that. And spirits, which provide passive buffs to the party. His lycanthropy lets him turn into a werebear or a werewolf, and both have different bonuses. His werebear obviously makes him more tanky, and his werewolf form makes him a quicker attacker. Both increases stamina and stuff like that, but he's a cool character to play as. So pick one of these fine character classes, and we will start our journey into the world of Diablo II. That's all the time we have for this beginning episode, so join me back next time when we start this freaking expansive game. Also, if you don't have Lord of Destruction, Diablo 2 sucks. Just gonna be honest. Alright, this has been Millennium Jester. Have a nice day.